Evening, horse. Matt fucking Haney here. If you've never heard of me, well, now you have. Welcome to week 1, period 1 of fiscal year 18 of my life and the pilot episode of my vlog. Basically, I want to share my adventures of trying to find my place in space, all while trying to get out of debt. I'm sure you've heard DJ Khaled say, ride with me through the journey of more success. This is just like that, only it's more like stumble along the path of fuck-ups, misfortunes, and failures with me. I'll start off by saying I'm not a professional. I'm sure if you asked anyone who's had any kind of extended interaction with me, they'd tell you I'm pretty much a certified dumbass. Why a vlog, you might ask? Because I'm a narcissistic, egotistical maniac who's passionately in love with the sound of my own voice. Fuck off, it's because I want to do it, okay? Basically, I want to share with you guys my ideas, my passions, my wisdoms, the things that I share with my friends when I'm blackout drunk at 4 a.m., forcing myself to throw up so we can watch more Viva La Bam videos. So, I'd give you a little, Match.com little dating profile and tell you about myself, but I'd rather let that happen organically. So with all that being said, I really want you to stop, pause, and think for a second, and realize that you can do whatever the fuck you want. Outside the laws of science and physics, there is literally nothing that you can't do. I mean, if you want to have spaghetti for breakfast, you can. If you want to quit your job and start your own business, you can. If you want to move to another country, go right ahead. If you want to save a horse and ride a cowboy, by all means, fucking do it. Back to the laws of science, however, Newton's second law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so every choice you make, there will be consequences. But, to paraphrase Andy Millennials here, if there's something you want to do, and the worst consequence of your action is somebody saying, hey, you can't do that. You fucking do it every time, who cares? Big deal. Someone slaps you on the wrist, it's not the end of the world, and you got to ultimately do what you want to in the first place. It's like when you come up on a sign that says, do not go any further, trespassing, It's like, okay, you make a valid point there, sign, but, you're a piece of metal and not a cop, so I'm going to go ahead and keep walking anyways. And so often we spend our time thinking about all the things that can go wrong, and we limit ourselves with these paper chains thinking about the consequences that may or may not actually happen. I guess you got to ask yourself, is the risket worth the biscuit? Is the juice worth the fucking squeeze? And in most cases, they are. You got to rip through the paper chains that you're, confining yourself in and go do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. So segues aren't necessarily my thing, but it's my money tree over here. So the money tree is a part of Chinese culture that is thought to bring good fortune and positive juju to the owner. For me, this little plant here is the perfect metaphor for personal finances because it's not something that you have to obsess over to take care of. It's something that you just have to give a little bit of care and attention, and it will honestly grow and prosper forever. And then also, just like my personal finances, the move from Ohio to Denver, been a little rough on the money tree, Yes, it's still growing, we got some beautiful green leaves, but we also got some dead ones that are starting to prop up, and it looks like some bugs have been getting to it too. Just like my personal finances, truck breaks down, rent's more expensive, sales tax is like 8.6%, and they even tax food out here, which is just so asinine, but that's just the way it is when you're paying to live on a permanent staycation, really. If you made it through the whole 5 minutes without wanting to kill yourself, go ahead and say the most mean and hurtful things you can think of in the comments, and I'll respond next Sunday with a smile and kindness. Thank you so much for your time. Tune in next week. I'm going to be talking about debt and the myth of the middle class in America. If you enjoyed what you saw today, I don't know what's wrong with you because it's pretty much just a bunch of garbage strung together and mashed together, but stay tuned. Thank you so much for your time. Tune in next week. And 420. I'm going to be talking about the myth of the middle class in America, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the subject of debt and how to get yourself out of it. If you think I'm a complete idiot, it's because, well, I am. So if you enjoyed my ramblings today, I appreciate it. Come back next week, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, good enough.